Listening brothers and sisters, thank you for joining us, and you viewers too, here at Radio Eugene Gottfried International and Television. When we talk about the Caribbean, we have to think that we're talking about a broad territory whereby Europe is overrepresented through colonialism. The British, the Spanish, the Danish, the Swedish, the French, and the Dutch. So today we'll be limiting ourselves and talking about the Dutch territories in the Caribbean, which are Curazao, the island of Curazao, Aruba, Bonaire off the western coast of Venezuela, near the peninsula of Falcon, and near to Puerto Rico. We have, in the eastern direction, we have three little islands called Saint Martin, Saba, and Saint Eustatius. Those are English-speaking islands, and while Curazao and Bonaire are Papiamento-speaking islands. And the official language in the whole territory is Dutch. Now, as from 1975, Curazao, Bonaire, Saint Martin, Saba, and Saint Eustatius are together as one federal government and one nation, so to speak, although colonized by Holland, in the sense that the territory has got a home rule, but defense and foreign affairs belong to Holland, and the territory is called the Netherlands Antilles. And Aruba broke away from that constellation before. They used to belong to it, but at 1975 they broke away and went on their own. So now it's the same situation going on right now, whereby the entire constellation is trying to dismantle itself again after a referendum which was held almost 2 years ago now, and on the islands, and it was expressed that Curazao and Aruba, Curazao and Bonaire and Saint Martin and all of them will go on their own and having direct relations to Holland. Funny enough, it will be called autonomous territories within the kingdom. Well, okay, it's not independent yet. So, yet we should always remember that the central point of preoccupation for the peoples of these islands is not the dismantling of the territory and the creation of division and the further tightening up of relations with the colonial master, which remains the Kingdom of the Netherlands. No, the problem is how to solve the economic, social, cultural, political crisis that the system of exploitation of the masses has brought with it in those islands, and has no solution today. Emigration is on the way. So many of the youth and the people are living now in Holland as secondary, tertiary citizens or elsewhere because they're being thrown out as the crisis is deepening itself in Curazao especially. No job opportunities. 50% of the youth is unemployed, and a whole 23% of the entire population faces unemployment. And what is the response to that educational system? What is it? The Dutch fashioned colonial education system. What will we do with it? What is it leading people for, or our youth for? Those are the central questions that ought to be dealt with. And from here, I would want to make an appeal and a call to the international community, to the CARICOM, to the Association of Caribbean States, to devote time in putting on their agenda the decolonization of our countries in the Caribbean region. How to look at it, because that's a position of the United Nations. That's not something that one or two people have been inventing, but it's a position officially of the United Nations. Decolonization. So let's look at it in the Caribbean, how far we stand with that. And a special appeal and call we're making for what is the Dutch territories or territory in the Caribbean that is facing this type of problem. Sightless and deep crisis and division for more effective rule. While at the same time, as we see it's happening in other countries of the European Union as well, a process of whitening of the islands by sending their people to go and take over labor places and economic positions over in those islands. And even the beaches and the land and the properties they're willing to buy up and take up for their own purposes. And I am Eugene Godfrey, yours in steadfast friendship. And we invite you for an upcoming continuation of this dialogue on the Dutch territories in the Caribbean and the struggle for liberation of the peoples of those islands. Thank you and bye now.
Mula riba cañabao, así kiko kuboke, rankundra chiboka ben, tasinames. Mula riba cañabao, así kiko kuboke, rankundra chiboka ben, tasinames. Contino di sofoca, rankundra chiboka ben, monotino di rabia más, tasinames. Contino di sofoca, rankundra chiboka ben, monotino di rabia más, tasinames. Corda arriba mabuti, unga wegidos para, cuesta kumba consumi, tasinames. Corda kiko pueblo di, unga wegidos para, cuesta kumba consumi, tasinames. Bontino di sofoca, rankundra chidi boca bei, bonotino di rabia más, tasinames. Bonotino di sofoca, rankundra chidi boca bei, bontino di rabia más, tasinames. Sofoca, rankundra chidi boca bei, bontino di rabia más, tasinames. Bontino di sofoca, rankundra chidi boca bei, tasinames.